You're wrong about virtues of Christianity.
Hello everybody, it's been a while since I made a video. My video today is going to be about Noah's Farce, or Noah's Ark, however you prefer to know the story. I read a statistic once that said that, I forget the exact statistic, but I think it was something like 30% of people in this country believe the story of Noah's Ark as to be literal truth. And this got me thinking, if people believe this story as literal truth, then why don't I investigate it a little bit, see exactly what this story says. So I read it, and there's a bunch of things that don't quite sit well with me. Some of them are scientific questions, some of them are just questions. So here we go. The story of Noah, for those of you who don't know, I can't imagine there's a lot of people out there that don't know, but for those of you who don't, the story of Noah is God's going to destroy the entire planet, and he tells Noah to take a certain number of every animal onto a ship with him that he's going to build, and then God is going to flood the world and kill everything except for what's on Noah's boat. Number one, the first thing that sticks out in my mind is in Genesis chapter 6, it says Noah was 600 years old when the flood began. I don't know too many 600-year-old people, but I'm going to assume they're going to have trouble building a boat by themselves, even if his 3 sons did help. Anyways, let's talk about the boat for a second. In the Bible, it says that the length of the boat is to be 300 cubits, the width is to be 50 cubits, and the height is to be 30 cubits. Now, if you don't know what a cubit is, from my understanding and my research, I could be wrong, but this is just what I know. This is my research. The length of a cubit is from your elbow to the tip of your middle finger. It's roughly 20 inches. It's 19 to 20 inches. Let's say it's 20 inches. That would make the length of the boat 500 feet, the width 85 feet, and the height 50 feet. That's a 500 foot boat. 80 feet in width, 83 feet in width, 50 feet in height. That's a big goddamn boat. Here's my question. All of these stories supposedly take place in the Middle East. Where do you find all the fucking wood? The Middle East is pretty much a goddamn desert. Am I right? It doesn't matter. So, this is another thing that stuck out in my mind. Genesis chapter 7 verses 2 and 3, and all these verses are from the King James Version. So if they differ slightly from the ones you know, that's why. This is from the King James Version. Maybe you're reading the Living Bible or the New Revised Standard Edition. Whatever. Genesis chapter 7 verses 2 and 3. Of every clean beast thou shalt take to thee by sevens, the male and his female. And of beasts that are not clean by 2, the male and his female. Of fowls also of the air by sevens, the male and the female, to keep seed alive upon the face of all the earth. So it says, if clean animals take sevens, unclean animals take by 2s. Who decides what's clean and what's not? I don't know. Are dogs clean? Are giraffes clean? Are pigs clean? I don't know. That's not what sticks out in my mind. What sticks out in my mind is just a few verses later, in Genesis chapter 7, verses 8 and 9, it says, of clean beasts and of beasts that are not clean, and of fowls, and of everything that creepeth upon the earth. There went in 2 and 2 unto Noah into the ark, the male and the female, as God had commanded Noah. So here it says no matter if they were clean or not, they went by 2. I love Bible contradictions. Now comes my real problem with Noah's Ark. The animals. I did a little research. In the world, currently, There are roughly 37,500 estimated species of spider. There are roughly 4,600 species of mammal. Another 9,000 estimated species of birds. Roughly 8,700 estimated species of reptile. And the granddaddy of them all, there are over 1 million species of insect on this planet. And there's even estimated to be a good 10 million species altogether. That means that scientists believe that there are 9 million more species than they have currently found. So here's my problem. With all those different species of animal, how in the world did Noah gather 2 from each kind? Because for people who believe the Bible, there's no such thing as evolution. Those of you who don't believe in evolution, you have to believe that every species of animal that exists on this planet today existed then. So, how did Noah gather all these species of animals? So I'll just throw a number off the top of my head. Roughly 9,000 birds. And I know what you're saying. Birds fly. You know what? They have to land sometime, so they had to land somewhere. Which means they most likely landed on the ark. Can we just agree to that? So, 2 of each. That's 18,000 birds. 2 of each insect. That's 2 million insects. How? And you know, I'm being very generous with these guesses because the numbers that I researched were actually higher than this. I actually rounded them down. Instead of putting 1,017,556 insects, I put 1 million. So I'm being very generous here. And another question. What did these animals eat? Each other? Where did they defecate? How did Noah prevent crossbreeding? These are questions that are not answered in the Bible. You see, it rained for 40 days and 40 nights. And the water stayed on the earth. According to Genesis chapter 7 verse 24, it says the waters prevailed upon the earth 150 days. So you're going to tell me that these animals and Noah and his sons, his daughters-in-law, and his wife stayed on this boat for 150 days. That's almost 5 months. What did they eat? Where did they go to the bathroom? See, this is my problem with Noah's Ark. There's so many things that are wrong about it that don't make sense. Yet roughly 1/3 of this country still believe that it could have happened. Bible fairy tales, man. I'll never understand.